Welcome to the Lights Everywhere podcast. I'm going to be continuing my very intriguing conversation with Peace, Udechukwu. So Peace, I'm sure our viewers would like to know what you do right now. What takes the most of your time as you follow that drive that God has given you and the burden that He has given you?
Okay. Currently, I have a lot of things that I'm engaged with. And again, I always have to give God the glory because it's only through His favor that, I'm able to do all that I do. So currently working with, full-time with Thresholds, which is a mental health organization. And again, blessed to have that, that job or that, with the career path, because a lot of the mental health agencies were closing down here in Chicago. So Thresholds is one of the strong mental health agencies here.
I remember believing with you
for
that job.
Yes.
And it was such a great way God orchestrated that opportunity.
Yes.
That was really a divine.
Very divine. And, I waited on Him for that position. I, turned down several positions because I was like, I was focused on really, getting into my career path and not saying, no, I need to get a job, I need to do this. And God just had His favor, in my life, and, the waiting period, everything was okay. So I thank God for that. So with Thresholds, it's a community-based therapy work. So I literally drive all around the city of, Chicago, meeting with individuals mostly adults, who suffer from mental health diagnosis, more on the higher spectrum, schizophrenics, major depression, bipolar, and provide interventions with them, case management with them, and just therapeutic interventions. I just got promoted to supervisor, so I'll be taking it. Thank you. So taking on more duties and just that supervisory role. I also work with the Boys and Girls Club, and it's part-time, and it's in the detention center. So the Cook County Detention Center, and we provide programming. Right now it's twice a week, but there's definitely going to be room for development towards the future. So looking forward to that. And, that was a blessing in and of itself because, part of, I guess I'll mention later, our organization is really to work with people who are incarcerated as well. So, it's a foot in the door and getting to know the people there. I also do work with the Nick Center, which you mentioned earlier, nurturing inner city kids, part of the Citylight church organization, and we're developing the Nick Center where we're working with 4 to 12-year-olds right now, but soon to move forward with the older kids, the teens. So we have the Nick Center, which is the after-school program, and then also with we started the youth services, so the Kids Explosion, which is every Wednesday for both programs. And of course, definitely going to be developing because we are a church that is going to reach out to the city. Right. We are lights in the city, and we're called to really help the youth and the youth in our community.
It's such a dark world out there. When you were going through the list of, I guess, categories of the types of people you work with at Thresholds. Yeah. I just had a sense of the fact that, it's just, you face darkness every day. Yes. And God has made you the light of the world. So what a good place to be positioned in as a light.
I know, exactly.
So pretty much every day you're out there shining your light, and just looking for opportunities to make it brighter, bringing God's peace. So can you just tell me how you do that? How do you bring the God factor into your everyday work?
I think part of just being Christ-like is presenting those, just the basics that people kind of lack, the truth, the honesty, the kindness, the unity, having working together. And that's what I bring within my team, I should say. And then with members, or we call them members, not clients. So with our members, really not looking at them as some kind of diagnosis, because I really don't believe in the diagnosis. I mostly
Yes.
look at it as a condition that you're
Right.
able to control.
Just a temporary
Exactly.
phase.
And it's not necessarily temporary, but it's something
Yeah.
that with, God's grace, something that you can still live with, because we all deal with different things, and, there's a way to manage it, and be able to control it in a way that you're still functional in the world. You're still able to do, the things that you want to do. And so, I bring that normality, when I'm speaking with my members. And, sometimes it gets to a point where, I don't know if I should be saying this, but sometimes you just have to let them know, like, do you believe in God?
Yeah.
You have to bring that to the table. At least I do, and I have one of my other coworkers who does too. So it's really bringing that to the table and seeing, what comes of it. And there was one particular lady who she just kept complaining and saying all these things. She looked at me like I was just a little kid, and I just started basically not preaching the word, but really, giving her some scriptures in which, and because she's a believer, so I can relate to her on that way. And so really giving her some scriptures, and she just looked at me and she was just like, wow, out of the mouth of babes.
Wow.
Because she was like, what do you know? You're just a young girl. You don't know what I've been through. And she's, she's gone through a lot in her life, and she's really trying to, get back on her feet. And so, to just kind of cut the negative thinking and thoughts, I had to really, bring that aspect in, and it really helped her at that point. And she completely looked at me as a different person. And there's another particular member that I work with where he's just like, yeah, you're the only positive person that I know, and I want to be like you. You're perfect. And I'm like, no, I'm nowhere near perfect, but I know that you're. I try to give him like different quotes to kind of just meditate on. And so, a lot of them are not necessarily biblical scriptures, but things that are, backed by spiritual beliefs. And so I started off with that, but then actually introduced, you need to really just seek God. Seek Him, for yourself. And, don't talk to Him as if, you have to get on your knees and pray like that. Just talk to Him like you're talking to, your homie on the street. Talk to Him as a friend, as your father. And so He's done that, and there's definitely been progress.
Awesome. So we'll continue this conversation again next time. Till then, just keep shining your light.